If you're taking sales calls in any capacity in your business and you want to turn more of those conversations into clients, you need to check out this video. Everyone online talks about the need for a sales script. And of course that is helpful. However, I have found that most of my sales conversion I attribute to something that happens far before I ever even get on the phone with a prospect. In fact, if you do successfully what I'm going to share with you in today's video, then whether you have a script or not, I still believe you'll be better equipped to turn strangers into clients than if you only focused on a script and didn't do what I'm going to share with you today. Now, firstly, real quick, if you're new to the channel and you don't know who I am or what my company AdClients is all about, listen, we've done over $10 million in phone sales, meaning booking conversations on our calendar and turning those conversations into clients, and clients that are delighted with the process. And the thing I want to teach you today is this concept called the conversion timeline. It is critical that you understand this before you ever even get on the phone with a prospect, because if you don't, you will continue to get on the phone, speak to a potential prospect, speak to a potential client, and then at the very end, you're hit with, let me think about it, I don't think it's for me, no thank you. Instead of, where do I sign up? How do I pay? I want to get started as soon as possible. It's really the difference between those two scenarios. So here's how this works. This timeline is from 0 to 10. 0 indicates that a prospect has no idea who you are. They've just seen you for the very first time online. And of course, they therefore have zero intent of giving you any money. A 10 over here is someone who is well indoctrinated with you and your brand. They love you now, they trust you, and they are literally ready with credit card in hand to become a client. That's a 10. So the goal here with the conversion timeline is we need to get someone as close to a 10 before we get them on the phone. The issue is most people don't do this and they don't teach it. What most people are doing is they're getting on the phone with someone right down here at a 2. Maybe we skip the 1 and we get someone to a 2. What does this look like? This looks like messaging people on social media, starting up a little bit of a conversation in the DMs or the PMs, and then giving them your link to book a call. This looks like a friend of yours referring someone to you and saying, hey James, by the way, I've got a friend that I think would be interested in the stuff that you do. Let me connect the two of you. So you connect with this stranger based on a referral. You don't really know if they're a good fit for you. They don't really know if you're a good fit for them, but they've got a little bit of trust because of the referral, so you end up on the phone together. That's a 2. Or maybe you're a little bit more sophisticated and you actually have a sales process in place, but it's a very short process, meaning from the moment they discover you to the moment they're on the phone with you, very short period of time. Maybe they opt in for a free lead magnet. You give them a free report, and off the back of that, you say, hey, if you want to discuss the report, or if you want to discuss coaching, let's jump on the phone. That's a 2. So now understanding this, you'll understand that you're getting on the phone with these people prematurely. Your marketing online has got them from a 0 to perhaps a 2. And now the sales call itself has got a massive job to do. Your conversation on the phone with that prospect needs to get them from a 2 to a 10. That is a tall order, and that is the very reason why most of the people you speak to on the phone, it's a no, it's another no, and it's another no, because there was so much that needed to be done on that phone call. There was so much pressure on the phone call for you to say and do the right things, and you're following your script and you're trying to track it and you're trying to say the right things and you're trying to handle the prospect's objections, and they're still telling you a no. It's because there was just too much pressure, too much to get done on that phone call. So the goal here is that we need to get someone further towards a 10. Now, there are times where you can get 10s on the phone. They are rare, but there are times when that happens. Someone has consumed your content online long enough, or they've gone through your sales funnel that's long enough that they really just are, I want to work with this person. Doesn't really matter what they say on the phone to me. I'm ready with credit card in hand. Perhaps you've had that experience. Perhaps you know what that feels like from a prospect's position, right? Maybe you've seen someone online that you like the look of, you follow their stuff, and then you just decide before you even speak to them, I want to pay this person some money. Well, that's the feeling we're trying to cultivate. Now, like I said, we can sometimes achieve a 10, but really what we're looking for as a rule of thumb is to get someone to a 6 or a 7. That's what we're trying to achieve. And we're trying to achieve that through our marketing. We need to have a sales system set up that achieves a 6 or a 7 before we get on the phone. Now, I'll tell you right now what that is, because we have tested this extensively. It's this thing called a webinar. Perhaps you've heard of this, perhaps you haven't, perhaps you know the power of webinars, perhaps you don't. I have tested every different sales funnel on the planet. Some are very complex and difficult to even launch. Some are too short and don't get enough done. You only get people to a 2 or a 3. A webinar is an amazing vehicle. It takes someone from cold prospect, never heard of you before, to ready to become a client before they even book that call with you. And there's a bunch of advantages to these webinars, and I'll list a few of them for you right now. The first is that your prospects have a few hoops to jump through before they get to speak with you. So there's no chance of 2s getting on the phone with you, because they have to register for this webinar, they have to attend the webinar, then they have to actually watch the entire presentation. If they leave early, they don't see the invitation to book a call. So they have to get right to the very end. And if they do so, and if they like what they heard, then they have the opportunity to book a call with you. So they are forced to become a 3, 4, 5, and then into a 6 and a 7. And I can promise that, because if they were a 3 and then lost interest in you or didn't trust you any more than that, they would have left the webinar. The longer they stay on the webinar, the more that trust and likability is building. Another amazing benefit of the webinars is they are booking onto your calendar, not the other way around. You're not mutually saying, hey, let's get our diaries together, let's try and book a call, and we're on mutual ground. Now they've come to this webinar, they liked what they heard, it all sounded amazing, and now they're ready to book on your calendar. So you're the authority, you're the person they would like some time with. And the third reason that webinars are so amazing is it's like a 1-2 punch with the sales call. The sales call doesn't have to do everything from the 2 to 10 like I mentioned. The webinar has done a lot of the telling and selling. So lots of the stuff that you would have had to have said on the phone, you have automated. You can take loads of that information that you would have needed to share on the phone, and you can put it into an automated webinar presentation instead, so that by the time they get on the phone with you, you know what they've watched, you know where the conversation is currently up to, and now you carry on from that point. You will see your sales conversion go through the roof if you implement a webinar before you get calls booked. Why not join me on my upcoming 2-day event? It's called The Future of Webinars. I'll be breaking all of this down over 2 days. It costs $7, the cost of a Starbucks coffee with extra caramel. You'll be able to learn my system that's generated $10 million online. I talk about the ads, I talk about the webinar presentation, the webinar funnel, and then the sales phone experience, so that you can implement this and deploy this into your business. I'd love to teach it to you. It'd be my pleasure to have you on our Future of Webinars event. There's a link in the description box. You can go ahead and click on that. I'd love to see you at that event. If you enjoyed this content, please do give me a thumbs up on this video. Drop me a comment. Let me know if you're already implementing some of this stuff. I'd love to hear from you. We reply to every single comment. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel as well. And I'll see you in a future video.